Hello guys, how are you? This is a new video lesson. We're going to start today with unit number 3. This is called How's Your Food? And it's very interesting. We're going to be talking about, of course, food, places where you can buy food, menu restaurants and expressions that you can use, right? It's going to be, I hope, very interesting for you as well. So, let's start. The first activity we have here, right, is about vocabulary, right? So, look at the pictures in groups or alone in this case. Try to answer these questions. So, here we have 3 important places, iconic places where you can buy food. Do you know the names of these places? Yes, we have here a supermarket. Very good, right? Then we have a local shop or small shop, right? The ones that you can find in your neighborhood sometimes. A local shop or a small shop. Usually families work here, right? Um, and you can find a variety of different things. And then we have the market, right? The local market or market stalls, right? That's the concept we use for that. What can you find in the market? Well, here we have fruits, vegetables. You can also find things like eggs, milk, sometimes fish, right? Seafood, meat, and so on, right? Very good. Now, how often do you shop at places like this? Think about your normal life before this pandemia thing, right? How often do you shop at places like this? Do you shop more often at supermarkets? Did you prefer local shops? Did you go to the market at all? In your house, who does the food shopping? Is it your mother or father? Is it you? Do you go shopping for food? Now think about this pandemia. Has it changed the way you shop? Do you still go to supermarkets now? Or do you prefer more small shops? In my case, I usually, in the past, right, used to go to supermarkets because you have a variety of options, yes? But now, from last year on, we have realized that supporting local shops is very important, yes? So, try to always prefer local things, yes? Especially during this quarantine, where local shops, as they are small, you have less risk of um, having right the COVID-19, yes, because they are smaller, there's not a lot of people, they take precautions, yes, you don't have to do long queues to go in them, right? And then you're supporting their business, yes, very good. Now, in this part of the unit in particular, we're going to be talking about supermarkets and what people think about supermarkets. So, it says, read 3 people's opinion about supermarkets. Do they like or dislike them and why? So, I'm going to be reading with you, right? Try to practice your pronunciation as well. First, we have Jenny from New Zealand. She says, I think small shops are better. The owners are usually friendly and you can ask them about things. I find supermarkets quite stressful. They're always crowded and noisy. If you ask me, they're only interested in making money, not in their customers. Very true, right? For Chilean people as well. So, do you think that Jenny likes or dislikes supermarkets? She dislikes them, right? Why? She says they're always crowded, noisy, right? And owners of supermarkets are only interested in money. Very good. Let's see Akio from Japan. Well, supermarkets are cheap and convenient, but I prefer convenience stores. They're fast and modern and sell interesting things. Also, supermarkets bring a lot of their stuff here by plane, and that's bad for the environment. They should sell more local food. Good. Do you know what a convenience store is? Convenience stores? Um, An example of a convenience store is the OK Market, I think, or the kind of shops you can find in petrol stations like Punto Copec and things like that. Those are stores that have a variety of things, right? They are open sometimes 24/7. Yes, they have extended working hours, and they're usually a bit more pricey, a bit more expensive than the rest. Yes, but it's fast, right? They're not always full, right? In Chile, we don't have many um, convenience stores, but in other countries, they are very popular. They were very popular. In comparison to local shops and supermarkets, they are a lot more expensive, right? But Akio prefers them. So, does Akio like or dislike supermarkets? It's kind of like a yes and no, right? Akio says that supermarkets are cheap and convenient, but they're bad for the environment. Very good. Now let's see. We have Luz from Spain. She says, I go to the market in my flat every day to buy food, things like meat, fish, and vegetables. I never buy things like that in the supermarket. I don't think their food is fresh, but I guess they're good for cleaning products, pet food, and so on. So, does Luz like or dislike supermarkets? She doesn't like them, right? Yes? Only for this specific type of products, but she thinks their food isn't as fresh, right? Very, very good. What about you? Do you like or dislike supermarkets? Let's see. Now, we have the next activity. These are extracts from the small paragraphs we read, right? And what you have to do is to match beginnings and endings of these opinions, right? Then you can compare. So please remember to pause the video now, do the exercises, and now we're going to check. All right? Are you ready? Let's see. So we have number 1. I think small shops. If you pay attention, the highlighted expressions are expressions used to give your opinions. I think is one of the most common ones, right? I think. So, I think small shops are better. Number 2, I find supermarkets quite stressful. I find supermarkets quite stressful. Yes, you find them to be something. Good. Number 3, if you ask me, they're only interested in making money. If you ask me, my personal opinion, right? They should, you think they should, sell more local food. right? Supermarkets should sell more local food. That's also an opinion. 5. I don't think their food is fresh, right? I don't think their food is fresh. I guess they're good for cleaning products, pet food, and so on. I guess. This expression, I guess, means that you're not quite sure, but it might be something like that, right? I guess. It's like you're admitting something you're not really 100% convinced about. Good. Now, try to do this activity without reading, right? But if you have to go back to the text and look again, you can do it. Find the opposite of these adjectives in exercise 2, the paragraph reading. So try to write the opposite of these words. Remember, we are describing, in this case, supermarkets. So pause the video and do the activity. Okay, so let's
Track 20.
We have
Unfriendly.
unfriendly and
Friendly.
Friendly. Very good.
Expensive.
Expensive and
Cheap.
cheap. Very good.
Relaxing.
Relaxing
Stressful.
and stressful.
Inconvenient. Convenient.
Convenient. Good.
Quiet.
Quiet and
Noisy.
noisy. Very good.
Boring.
Boring.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Empty.
Empty.
Crowded.
Crowded.
Old-fashioned.
And
Modern.
modern. Old-fashioned and modern. Very good. These are words that you can use to describe supermarkets. Yes. What else can you say about supermarkets? Maybe organized and messy, maybe. Clean. Supermarkets are usually clean, right? Or dirty. Is that your case? Now, think about places where people buy food in your country. What are the good and bad points? We're going to be talking about this maybe in our online meeting, right? If you want to pop up there. Otherwise, I'm going to give you a writing activity probably in the next few days, right? It's good that you can make a chart for this activity, right? Including some major places where you can buy food. For example, we have supermarkets, small shops, and local markets, right? Are, I think, the most common ones. You can use convenience stores as well if you want, right? Or grocery stores. That's another name for local shops. And try to create a list with good and bad points, advantages and disadvantages. Let's continue. We have another reading activity. So this is called Food and You. It says, look at the pictures. Which kinds of food do you prefer to buy and why? So let's see. We have tinned food. Tinned food. What type of food does usually come tin? We have hearts of palm. Do you like that? Palmitos in English, right? Hearts of palm. I think that name is lovely. Then we have frozen food. Frozen food. Fresh fruit and vegetables. Fresh fruit and vegetables. Ready-made meals. Very convenient for those who do not know how to cook, right? Or don't have a lot of time. You can buy ready-made meals in the supermarket. What else can you buy in the supermarket? Well, we have a lot of more things apart from food, right? Good. Which one do you prefer to buy? I hope that fresh fruit and vegetables so that you can cook on your own, right? Now, here we have an article that is called In Defense of Supermarkets. Okay, so we're going to be analyzing the positive aspects of supermarkets, right? We don't want to be biased. We don't want to talk only about negative things, but we can try to look for good points as well. Now, I want you to pause the video and read the article. Pause the video now and read. Now, the activity is the following. It says, read the article by Judy Vivan, and we're going to classify the paragraphs into these three categories. The ones who talk about supermarkets now in the present, those who talk about shopping in the past, and those who compare shopping in the past and present. Okay, so let's see. Paragraph number 1 says, I like supermarkets. I can buy a week's shopping in 19 minutes, giving me time to help my daughter with her homework or read a good book in the bath. Yes? Try to classify this into one of these three categories. Is it about supermarkets now? Yes, very good. Number 2, supermarkets sell an amazing choice of fresh and frozen food. If I want to spend hours cooking a 3-course dinner for friends, I can find all the ingredients I need at my local supermarket. If I choose an Italian meal, there are porcini mushrooms, fresh basil, and mozzarella cheese. If I want some other cuisine, Indian, Chinese, or French, herb, spices, sauces, and vegetables from every continent are only a few minutes away, right? This is category A as well. On the other hand, when I'm tired and I just want to put together a quick family meal, I can buy a ready-made lasagna or curry, a bag of salad, and some fresh fruits, and start eating in 10 minutes after I get home. Supermarkets now as well. Thanks to supermarkets, I can now shop all day from early morning to late at night. In some stores, I can even shop 24 hours. Impressive. A, supermarkets now as well. When I was a child, my mother didn't have these choices, as she went to 3 or 4 depressing little shops every day to buy what she needed. These shops open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Saturday, and they all close on Thursday afternoon. This is about supermarkets now? No, right? This is B. Shopping in the past. Very good. Let's see. 6. The food was not always good. There was almost no choice, and the shopkeepers were not very friendly. And at that time, food was very expensive. Cream on strawberries was a luxury, and roast chicken was for special occasions only. Shopping in the past as well. Not many people would say that shopping in their local supermarkets on a crowded Saturday morning makes them happy, but it's much, much better than what we had before. In this case, it's the last paragraph in which she compares shopping in the past and in the present. Now, read the article again. Find 4 reasons why Judy likes supermarkets and 4 problems with shopping in the past. Pause the video now and do those exercises. Okay, I'm going to share my findings with you. So we have first reasons why she likes supermarkets. Yes. So we can say that she can do the shopping for the whole week, right? She can do the shopping for the whole week. There's a good variety of products. There are ready-made meals, right? Or ready-made food that she can buy and cook very quickly. Yes. And she can shop at any time she wants. Now, what are the problems with shopping in the past? There wasn't much choice. Yes. Shops weren't open very long. They have strict working hours, right? The food wasn't always good and it was a bit expensive. And she also says that people are unfriendly, right? If you found more reasons or more problems, you can share them with me. I'm going to close this. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Now let's see. Judy describes supermarkets in the UK. Which things are true about supermarkets in your country in which things are different? Can you think of some similarities and differences between UK supermarkets and Chilean supermarkets? Next one is as add vowels to make food words from the article. Then look at the article to check. Yes? So here we have some words about the reading, words from the reading, I'm sorry. And these words don't have any vowels in them, only consonants. So try to guess the complete word, right? Or look at the text in case you need it. So let's check. We have number one is basil, right? Basil. Number two, cheese. Three, spices. Spices. Four, vegetables. Vegetables. Be careful. Pronunciation is not vegetables. Yes, it's vegetables. Curry. Curry. Fruit. Here we don't say fruit. We say fruit. Strawberries. Strawberries. Herbs. Herbs. Sauces. Sauces like tomato sauce, right? Cheese sauce, maybe? I don't know. Lasagna. We say lasagna. Salad. Salad. Chicken. Chicken. Mushrooms. Mushrooms. And the last one is cream. Cream. Very good. Now, match the examples from the box with A to D. Think of two more examples each for A and D. So we have four different categories: a meal, a course, an ingredient, and a dish. try to classify these words into these 4 categories. Pause the video if you want. I'm going to give you the answers now. Do we have basil? What is this? In Spanish, do you know the word in Spanish? This is albahaca. Do you like basil? This is, of course, an ingredient. Very good, an ingredient. Dessert is not desert, is dessert. What is dessert? Is it a meal, a course, or a dish? A course. Very good. Let it be. Lasagna, that's a dish. And breakfast is a meal. Okay, so from that, try to think of more examples. We have breakfast is a type of meal. So if you think about that, when we talk about meals, we talk about meals of the day. Yes? So we have 3 main meals of the day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Very good. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All of those are meals. Yes? Brunch is another one that is very popular today. Like if you wake up very late, like around 12 maybe, right? And you don't want to have breakfast and then have lunch, you can have brunch, which is kind of like a mixture between both. It's bigger than a breakfast, right? But not as produced as lunch. Then we have a course. A course. So for example, when you go to a restaurant, right, you can have a 3-course meal. Let me write. So we have meals. It's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then I also added brunch. Yes. Then we have a course. So for example, we have a 3-course meal when you go to a restaurant, which would be appetizer, as appetizer. Then we have the main dish and dessert. Yes, you can have more things than that, but this is just an example. So we have desserts, a main dish, and appetizers. All of these are courses, like the steps of your lunch or dinner. Yes. In breakfast, we don't have courses. Yes. We also have one specific type of food, right? Something to drink, something to eat, right? But for lunch, for example, sometimes and usually in the past, we used to have this thing like appetizer. We had, for example, a salad or a soup. Then we have the main dish, right? And then the dessert, right? Ingredients, of course, we have many, right? This is just endless possibilities. And then a dish is a specific preparation. In this case, we have lasagna. You can have, I don't know, smashed potatoes with sausages, right? A very favorite of all times for kids, right? Sausages and smashed potatoes. We can have, I don't know, cazuela. That's a dish, right? A specific preparation that is very common among people. Yes? So, last but not least, we have more questions for you to analyze. This can be part of the speaking test, so try to always be thinking about your opinions and how you would express them. So, do you have a favorite kind of food, dish, or meal of the day? A favorite kind of food, it can be, I don't know, Chilean food, Chinese, Japanese, Italian food. That's very common, right? What about a favorite dish or meal of the day? What do you prefer to eat? Breakfast or lunch? Do you eat dinner? Here in Chile, dinner is not very common. Now, what dishes can you or people you know cook? What ingredients do you use a lot? So, do you know how to cook? What dishes can you cook? What ingredients do you prefer? Where you live, are there any good places to buy food from other countries? Nowadays, like Japanese food, Chinese food, Italian food, I would say, are very common in Chile, right? In every corner you have like a sushi restaurant. What about where you live? Do you have any good places that you can recommend us? Think about that. So that's the end for today. Remember, I'm going to be in the online meeting. If you want to ask questions, or you can write to my email if you want, right, and ask for a meeting, or simply ask there, right? I'm going to be contacting you very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye.